Hey folks, I decided to make this video because I've been to Venezuela and I've seen what Bolivarian socialism has done for the country. I walked through a neighborhood in central Caracas where every house, every single one of the houses, had been paid for with an interest-free loan from the government. Prior to that, people had lived in shacks without running water and electricity. I've seen how they wiped out illiteracy in the country with their literacy volunteers from Cuba. I've seen the Cuban healthcare clinics where people walk in and get medical treatment free of charge. I've seen the infrastructure that was built. And, I walked through Venezuela and I met many people who were critical of Maduro, felt that some of the policies of the United Socialist Party hadn't been good, wanted things changed. I didn't meet anybody that said they wanted capitalism back. I didn't meet anyone who said they wanted to go back to the 1990s. People told me horror stories about Venezuela in the 1990s, where the electricity wouldn't come on for weeks, where they'd have to go on strike and burn tires and shut down the city and the country just to get the garbage collected, just to get basic services. So I didn't meet anybody who said they wanted to go back to the 1990s. And I met many people who'd benefited from Bolivarian socialism and the activities of Hugo Chavez and Maduro and the United Socialist Party and Bolivarianism. But that's not really why I wanted to make this video, because in addition to seeing people that had really benefited from socialism, despite some of the hardship in recent years, I also saw something else, and that's that the Venezuelan people are ready to fight, right? They've got a huge military that is trained in Cuba. They get ideological education as part of their military training. They love their commander-in-chief, Maduro. They love Hugo Chavez. They love socialism and Marxism. They are Bolivarian patriots. In addition to that, they've got the Bolivarian militias that are in every neighborhood. These are young people that are trained in how to protect themselves. In addition to that, I went to some of the colectivos and the communes. I met one young woman, and she had been adopted, by this one commune when she was just 4 years old. They had found her. She was an orphan in the city, and she didn't even speak Spanish at the time. She only spoke her indigenous language. She told me that she believes that she has a purpose and that God had sent her to the earth to die for the revolution, to die for Hugo Chavez and Bolivarianism. And there's a lot of Venezuelans who feel that way. There are a lot of Venezuelans who are determined not to let socialism be rolled back in Venezuela. And they are ready to go down. The rate of gun ownership in Venezuela is very, very high. They've been preparing for a possible attack from the United States for decades, since 1999, 2002. They've known it's a real possibility that there could be a direct U.S. attack or an attack from a U.S.-aligned regime or some kind of civil war fomented in the country, and they are locked and loaded for that possibility. They are ready to defend their revolution. You've got the official Venezuelan military. You've got the apparatus of Bolivarian militias. You've got the communes and the independent armed groups that support the government. They are locked and loaded and ready, and they have international support. China's on their side. Russia is on their side. Iran is on their side. Nicaragua is on their side. A lot of countries around the world, Turkey,